Hey everybody, today I want to talk about pain. I want to talk about the expressions me duele and me duelen in Spanish. This is to talk about something that hurts. Me duele and me duelen. Let's go. By the way, hello again and welcome back to my sofa in beautiful Barcelona. This is Learn Spanish with Daniel, the best place to learn Spanish from Spain on the entire internet. The verb here is doler, and doler is a stem-changing verb. We talked about this with the verbs soñar and poder also. A lot of verbs that O changes to UE in some of the conjugations. So doler is the infinitive. We really don't use all the conjugations most of the time. In particular, we use two conjugations, the third person singular and the third person plural. Third person singular, me duele la cabeza, my head hurts. Third person plural, me duelen los pies, my feet hurt. The difference is it a singular thing that is hurting you, or is it a plural thing that is hurting you? Me duele la cabeza because my head is a singular thing. Me duelen los pies because my feet are two things. So it's singular and plural. The conjugations then are me duele for singular, me duelen for plural. Pretty simple. Let's talk about a few more details. Here's a detail. These sentences are reflexive. So me duele is a reflexive construction in Spanish. Me duele, me is the reflexive to me, and duele is like it hurts. So me duele is it hurts me. If you want to change the person, you would ask, te duele la cabeza? What you change is the reflexive pronoun. So notice I'm not conjugating this like a normal verb in first person. Yo como, tú comes, él come. That would be I eat, you eat, he eats. In this case, what is hurting is your head. So you don't conjugate differently because everybody's head hurts the same way, let's say. What you do change is the reflexive pronoun. So, me duele la cabeza. ¿Te duele la cabeza? If it's a third person, le duele la cabeza. I could go on and on about this. It's going to get long if I tell you every detail. In any case, let's talk about me duele and te duele, because those are the two big ones here. A few examples of parts of the body and things that hurt. I think I talked about parts of the body in some other video, but let's review. Me duele la garganta. My throat hurts. Me duele la garganta. Garganta. Me duele el pecho. My chest hurts. Me duele el pecho. Me duele el brazo. My arm hurts. Me duele el brazo. Me duele el codo. My elbow hurts. Me duele el codo. All of these are singular things, but they could be plural in some cases. Me duelen los brazos, if we're talking about both of my arms hurt. Pues eso, me duelen los brazos. Me duele el tobillo. My ankle hurts. Me duele el tobillo. So that could also be plural. Me duelen los tobillos. If we're talking about a specific arm, a specific elbow, a specific ankle, that's also a possibility. Me duele el tobillo izquierdo. La izquierda is the left. El tobillo izquierdo is my left ankle. The adjective left changes to be masculine in the case of mi tobillo. If we're talking about something in feminine, me duele la rodilla izquierda. My left knee hurts. Me duele la rodilla izquierda. So all of that for singular things. For plural, we have me duelen las piernas. My legs hurt. Me duelen las piernas. I have me duelen los pies. Me duelen los pies. My feet hurt. You could obviously use my left foot hurts, my right foot hurts. Me duele el pie derecho. My right foot hurts. But me duelen los pies. Both feet hurt. Me duelen los músculos. There's another way of saying this. This is an important thing in my life. Tengo agujetas. I have sore muscles. Tengo agujetas. I spend a lot of time at the gym, so I spend a lot of time with sore muscles. Tengo agujetas. But you could also say me duelen los músculos. That's a little bit less specific. I don't know. But it is a, logical sentence anyway. Me duelen los dedos. My fingers hurt. Me duelen los dedos. Me duelen las rodillas. My knees hurt. Me duelen las rodillas. If you come to Spain, you might see that there's a chain of sandwich shops and cafes called Rodilla. I assume that's just somebody's name in that case. Rodilla is knee, usually. We don't have a lot of people named knee in English, but it's, I don't know, somebody could be named knee out there. So, me duelen las rodillas. My knees hurt. That's a list of, problems that you could have, pains that you could have in different parts of your body. And like I said, to ask the question, you would just change the me to te, and it would be, ¿te duelen los pies? Do your feet hurt? ¿Te duele el brazo? Does your arm hurt? ¿Te duelen los dedos? Do your fingers hurt? Etc. A couple more things before we finish. Duelo is mourning in the sense of mourning somebody who has died. Mourning, el duelo. So it's also a painful feeling. The noun for regular, physical pain, not psychological, is dolor. So a lot of things you might also be able to say, tengo dolor de cabeza. I have a headache. Tengo dolor de cabeza. Me duele la cabeza amounts to about the same thing. Tengo dolor de cabeza sounds more like a headache. At least to me, it sounds more like a headache. Me duele la cabeza, maybe I hit my head and that's why it hurts. I don't know if anybody else is making this distinction. They both amount to about the same thing. Tengo dolor de muelas. I have a toothache. Tengo dolor de muelas. Tengo dolor de estómago. I have a stomach ache. So these expressions with tengo dolor de and then a part of the body work in a lot of cases. So that's that. The big thing here is me duele with something in singular and me duelen with something in plural, depending on what exactly is hurting you. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day. Go to expatmadrid.com for much more. I have a whole blog up there with a lot of articles about life in Spain and a little bit of other Spanish vocabulary. Here on YouTube, I have, 50 plus videos of Spanish vocabulary. I also have the podcast, the Spain to Go podcast, which gives you a ton of information about all the things that are going on here in Spain. My most recent one is about the housing crisis, which is, a big topic of conversation. So that is the Spain to Go podcast. That is also on all the apps. It's on Spotify, it's on Apple Podcasts, etc. Spain to Go. You could donate to the channel, expatmadrid.com/donate. That would help me to, create more videos and stuff like that. I do this for free. I don't really have anything to sell you. Maybe someday I'll come up with something to sell. But for now, I'm just doing this because I like teaching Spanish and, I like sharing my love for Spain. So, expatmadrid.com/donate. You can donate anything from €3 up till whatever you want. Thank you to Isidro, who recently commented that he's enjoying my videos about verbs. Isidro has been around with me for a long time, a few years at least, watching my videos, etc. So thanks, Isidro, out there in California. It is great to hear from people who enjoy these videos. So leave me a comment, click like if you want, and thanks a lot. I'll see you next time. Bye.